I'm just going to call this week Chaos Week. Tomorrow we have painters coming to paint over half our house. We have a lot of rooms that are still the gray color that I'm not a fan of. So a crew's gonna come, they're gonna paint like 3 bathrooms, bedrooms, hallways, like a lot of different spaces. So we're having to like take stuff off all the walls, clean out all these rooms, like get them ready so that the painters can come in and paint. We're also switching rooms. My daughter is switching from one bedroom to a different bedroom. We're going to turn that old bedroom into like a music room and hangout space. We're purging and spring cleaning, getting stuff ready to donate, which basically means that we have stuff everywhere in places that it doesn't belong, which is really hard for me personally. I love things to be neat, put away, organized, and right now, we have like couches in the garage. We have boxes of stuff everywhere. We're still going through and sorting things that we're going to be donating or selling on Marketplace. Like, it is just wild. It's chaos week. It is chaos everywhere. And this is so hard for me. So in terms of knitting this week, I want shorty socks. I want a fun project. I want an easy to memorize chart that I can just zone out and relax to in between doing all of this stuff. And so I think I have settled on the little check socks, and I am going to make a gingham version. Okay, so these are the little checks. This is an existing pattern of mine. I love it. It's really cute. I've knit several different combinations of it. This is my gingham version that I did. However, the chart as it stands now, to make a gingham version, you have to use 3 different colors. You need to have, a darker version of a color, and then a mid-tone version of that color, and then of course a lighter color. I used white, a medium blue, and a light blue to make this particular gingham. But I'm gonna write up a new chart that only requires 2 colors so that you can make a 2-color gingham version. And I will be updating the pattern with that new chart. So if you already own it, you're gonna have that new updated chart waiting for you in your inbox. If you don't have the little checks pattern, you can grab it right now on sale for a limited time if you also wanna knit cute gingham socks along with me. If you are also having a chaotic week and you just need really cute gingham socks to get you through, because it's that time of year, right? Like it's March, it's spring cleaning time. I have a feeling a lot of us are purging, paring back, maybe starting new home projects that just need to get done. So that's definitely what's happening for me this week. And so gingham socks are like the ticket. They're gonna be cute and fun and happy and lift my spirits while everything is chaos around me. So let's talk about color. I still don't know. I'm like deciding. I have options. I have combinations, all of which I love. And this is why I wish that I had octopus arms. Like if I had 8 arms, I could be knitting 4 different socks at once. And that would be so great because I'm struggling. So unexpected color combination. I really love this neon green with this mint green. Like, I think that would make the cutest pair of gingham socks, and it would just be so fun and unexpected and happy. So I love this combination. Also, in consideration, we have this really beautiful dark cranberry and then this really beautiful lilac. I really love that combination. I think that's a good one. Really beautiful. And I love purple. I don't knit with it that often. I mean, I say I love purple. I don't love purple. I like purple, and sometimes I'm just called to knit with it, and I'm like, oh man, purple's really great, but it's not a color that I naturally gravitate to, like in the wild, like when I'm shopping for stuff for my home or for clothes, I tend to avoid purple, but it's actually really beautiful, and I think this combination is great. Another kind of unexpected color combination, I really love hot pink with a beautiful light blue. I think this is beautiful, could look really pretty. Big fan of this one. But my favorite my favorite, you can probably guess, is pink and red. I love this neon red with this really beautiful warm peachy pink. I will list whatever color combination I end up using. Of course, I'll put in the description below the video. You can also find the link to the little checks pattern there. And again, you can grab it on sale right now, and it will have the existing chart plus this new chart that I'm writing up, so you can make a 2-color gingham. So I don't know. I don't know which one I'm going to pick yet. I'm still thinking about it. It's tough because I want to knit all of them. I think my top 2 would be this and this, just because this is so unexpected. I love this. The neon green with the mint. I just think it would look really good. But I know this would look really good and I'd have fun knitting with it. So I don't know. It's so hard. I love all the colors. This is why I end up knitting like a million versions of one pattern, because it's so hard for me to stick with just one combination. So I've got to think about it, and then I'm going to cast on and we'll see what I chose. Okay, so while I was doing some more cleaning and organizing, I did some thinking, and I decided to go with the pink and the red. But I knit some of it up and it's just no good. I mean, the colors are really cute, but as you can see, and maybe this is more crisp on camera, but in person, it's just not as crisp as I would like. I feel like the neon red is not popping as much as I would prefer off this pink, so it just looks kind of muddy. You can't really see the crispness of the pattern. So that means that it's back to the drawing board, but I'm glad that I saw that, because if I had done the neon green and the mint, it probably would have been the same, where it just wasn't popping. There wasn't enough contrast between them. So I need to get more contrast, because these look like, I mean, I honestly thought just skeined up that was enough contrast, but it's really not. It's just definitely super muddy and not as crisp as I would like. There's just not enough standing out, which is so funny because actually looking at it on camera, it looks like it is standing out, but I promise in person, it does not look like it's standing out. So I'm gonna pick a different color combination and start over again because this isn't quite as good as I want it to be. Okay, I pawed through my yarn stash some more, a lot. Did a lot of digging, dumping a lot of stuff out onto the floor and just digging through my big old basket full of yarn. And I think I found a good color combination. I have this beautiful, very tonal, deep, deep blue from Lobby Enemy. This particular color is Winterfell. And then I have this really pretty pale icy blue. This would be gorgeous. And what if I did like a hot pink toe on it? Maybe a hot pink toe and heel. Maybe. I don't know. Or I could even do like the neon red. No, I don't like that. That looks a little too like circus. I don't know. But the hot pink heel and toe could be cool. With this would definitely pop. This would be very contrasty and create that really pretty gingham look. Good morning. Okay, I have a lot of progress to show you. I was able to do a lot of knitting on my sock yesterday. Typically I film whenever I'm knitting, but I did not do that because there were painters here, a whole crew of them all day long, and I was embarrassed to sit here and film myself knitting. That's not something that you can easily explain to people like why you're doing it. So I was just like, okay, we're gonna put the camera away. So I decided to stick with the original colors that I started with. I know I said that I was worried that it wasn't as contrasty as I wanted, and it didn't have that just really crispy look that you get when you've got a really good contrast between the yarns. But I don't know, there was just something about it that I still really loved, and I think it's okay. Stuff doesn't have to be like super contrasty with color work all the time. I think it's okay if there is less contrast. And so we're going with that because I need to quit being such a perfectionist and so rigid about what my own rules are when it comes to knitting. It's completely okay for stuff to be a little different than what you expected and to go with it anyways because you just really love the colors. And in this case, I really, really love these colors. So I've got to knit the heel on this sock. This is sock number 1, and all I have to do is knit the heel. And the painters are going to be here again today, so I'm probably not going to film that either. Just, you know, I am not a person who can film myself around other people. I even get embarrassed when my family walk through and I'm filming. So yeah, so I will check back in when I've got more progress to show you. Good morning. Okay, Chaos Week has now come to a conclusion. Thank goodness. The painters are all done. Now all of the rooms are white, no more agreeable gray, which I'm very happy about. It doesn't look that exciting right now because it's literally just a bunch of empty white rooms, but next week I get to go in and like style everything and put art back on the walls, and I'm very excited to do that. That's the absolute best part. It feels really good to have at least all of like the stuff that was overflowing everywhere put back where they belong, so my house is no longer a den of chaos. And I did finish my socks. I did not film myself knitting them just because we had people here and I was embarrassed, but look, it turned out so cute. It's very bright this morning outside. There's a very warm glow on these socks. But this is the 2-color gingham check. And again, I have updated the little checks pattern to include the chart if you want to make a 2-color gingham. And of course, the pattern already includes the chart for the 3-color gingham if you want to do that. For this particular sock, I used colors by Lang Jawal. I'm going to link Lang Jawal in the description below the video. It's very affordable sock yarn, and they have so many colors and so many shades of each color that it makes it really easy to order what you need to get a beautiful 3-color gingham. But of course, you can also use colors you have on hand, any colors, to create the 2-color gingham. And I've got the link to the little checks pattern in the description below the video. It is on sale for a limited time, so if you want to grab that to knit up your own cute little gingham socks for spring and summer, you can. So very happy with how this turned out. I think it looks really cute, even though it doesn't have the extreme crispy contrast that I initially thought I wanted. I kind of love this more subtle. These colors just turned out so cute. So I'm gonna put this on and show you what it looks like on feet.
Don't wanna be a one-man woman. Got me stranded like a boat in the sand. Just the thought of not spreading my wings drives me crazy. Dressing up, fixing my strut. Always prepared, you never know who shows up around the corner. Maybe it's that director. Oh, I can sing, I can dance, I can learn the smooth moves. I would do anything you ask me to do.
Okay, so before I go, I wanted to update you on some things that I have been working on since the start of the year. Way back at the beginning of January, I did a video where I talked about how January is my favorite month because I love the quiet after the chaos of the holidays. And I kind of shared some different things that I wanted to work on this year. And so I kind of wanted to update you on how I'm doing with those things. So first we have guitar. Am I still playing guitar? No. I am learning that there's only so much time in a day, and there are a lot of things I really want to do, but David just had a little sneeze. But, you know, I think there are seasons for different things. And right now, there are other things that I want to do more. So even though I very much enjoy playing guitar and I really want to get back to it, I really want to get good at it, now is just not the time to do that. So I have not been playing guitar at all. My book, very much working on that, and that is why I'm not playing guitar, because I've just gotten wholly obsessed and invested in the fiction book that I'm writing. I am writing a novel. I've published and written 2 books on sock knitting, and now I feel like it is the time to like go after this big goal that I've had for a very long time. I've always been a reader, and once upon a time I really loved writing too, and I used to do a lot of it, and then I kind of just let that fall by the wayside. I mean, obviously when you are young and you have kids and you're growing a family and you're just struggling to like figure out your place in the world, it's easy to let dreams go. But I'll tell you, when you get into your 40s and your kids are grown up more and they're more self-sufficient, it really is magical kind of getting back parts of yourself that you let go of. And that is where I am right now. I am 45, working on my first novel, and I'm having a really good time doing it. And I just want to tell you that it's never too late to do things that you really care about. There's no age limit on this thing. There are plenty of people, and I find this so inspiring, there are plenty of people who published novels way later in life, older than I am now. So don't let age stop you from pursuing things, because I have really enjoyed working on this book. It has felt so good to get back into writing. I've been working on it a couple of months now. I'm really invested in what I'm creating. And so that's a big reason why I've let things like guitar go, because this matters to me so much more and I want to spend all my spare time on it. And I have very little spare time because knitting socks takes up a good chunk of my day. So that's where I'm at. As far as bringing color into my wardrobe, that was another big one I've been talking about. I worked very hard on a sweater that had beautiful, colorful embroidery. So where am I on bringing more color into my wardrobe? As you can see, I'm not doing great with that, but I'm okay with that because I'm figuring out kind of what I like and who I am in terms of clothes. And look, I got these new glasses and they're super colorful. I also bought new tennis shoes. Those are also very colorful. I knit very colorful socks. So I've kind of learned about myself that I tend to like tops and pants and shorts that are a little more neutral in color. And I like adding in the color in little pops other places. And that's just where I am in life. So you know what? I'm going to embrace my gray t-shirts. I'm not going to feel ashamed that I keep buying more. And let me tell you, I did. I ordered a 2-pack of new gray t-shirts from Japan. They're these wonderful Japanese cotton t-shirts, and I love them. And I also bought a new gray hoodie, and I'm fine with that. I like gray tops. I like neutral shorts and pants, and I just add color elsewhere through my glasses, my socks, my shoes. So that's where we're at on creating a colorful wardrobe. So just wanted to update you. For those of you that have been watching these videos for a while, I just kind of wanted to let you know where I'm at in some of these goals and in some of these things that I've been working on. So that wraps up this week. I will be back in a couple of weeks with another video. I'm going to be traveling next week, and I'm very excited about that, into the American Southwest, the desert, and then the mountains of northern New Mexico. Love being outside, love hiking, so very much looking forward to that trip. So I will not have a video next week because I will be gallivanting in the wilderness. But the week after that, I'll be back with a new video, and yeah, I'm really excited about all the things that I have in store for this spring. So thanks for watching this week, and I will see you next time.